Problem from JEE Mains, straight lines. And let's see the beauty of problem by appreciating it. So let's start the question. We have been given 4 lines, L1 to L5, and the points belongs to the line. So the first thing is you must understand the language of the problem because that is very crucial. So let's say we have point P belongs to L, means an ordered pair x comma y that belongs to this line. Let's say ax plus by equal to c. Clearly we are in R2. R2 means we are in 2 dimensions. So sometimes they'll write R2 as R cross R. So way to define entire Cartesian xy plane is R cross R, which means we have an ordered pair of xy such that x belongs to real number and y belongs to real number. So this fills up the entire xy. Okay. So these are 5 points which belongs to these 5 lines respectively. We need to find the value of 5a plus 4b plus 3c plus 2d plus e, where abcde belongs to R5. Now belongs to R5 means again R cross R. It's a Cartesian product, cross R cross R. It means A belongs to real, B belongs to real, C belongs to real, D and E belongs to real. That's the meaning of R5. Let's say if you have A comma B belongs to n cross R, n zeros, that means whole number, or it belongs to n0 cross n, or it belongs to n cross n0. So these are the different notation which you must remember for the JEE kind of examination. Although in advanced paper they'll define what it means, but still as a JEE candidate should be known to use. A comma B belongs to n comma means A belongs to natural number and B belongs to R, and so on and so forth. Okay, coming back to the problem, since I have 5 lines, usual typical way of starting the problem will be the data is not sufficient, because let's say I am drawing this 5 lines over here, third line, and c comma d square on the fourth line, and d comma e square on the fifth line. Now since these points is dancing on the line because it's not a fixed point, depending upon e and a is real number, these can slides. So it feels like all these points are sliding, they are not fixed. How their summation which they are asking is a fixed number, because if it's not a fixed number they could not fix. So there is something crazy happening here, and you might have guessed what will happen here. Maybe it's a boundary case. Okay, so we can't think much about this unless we go straight forward and put the points in the equation. So if I keep e comma a square in the first line, I'm getting a square equals 2x, so 2e plus 23. And similarly, we'll put all the 5 points in this line equation, and we get as follows. So we have these 5 equations. The point satisfies the line. Now let's add all of this equation. The motivation behind adding is because we can see now we have a square over here and 10a. So maybe now we are trying to make some perfect square which will settle the issue very fast, right? So if I add all the equation, I'm getting a square minus 10a. So let's write this: a square plus b square plus c square plus d square plus e square minus 10a minus 8b minus 6c minus 4d and we have again minus 2e, right? Minus 2e and plus 55 equals 0. And now nothing much to do, we can just make perfect square over here. So we'll have a minus 5 whole square. Looking at a square minus 10a demands 2ab, so 2 into 5 into a, plus similarly b minus 4 whole square plus c minus 3 whole square plus d minus 2 whole square and plus e minus 1 whole square. And since we know a, b, c, d, e are real, that is very important, because if that condition is not mentioned, there will be infinitely many solutions. So the only way in which some of the squares will die when all of them will die individually. Hence the answer to this problem is fixed. So we got a value of a as 5, b 4, c 3, d 2 and e equals 1. And if we keep all the values, we'll get 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square, and the answer to this problem is 55. So the takeaway of this problem was sometimes you don't need to think too much. Okay, overthinking might give you might cost you much in some of the problems. Rather, you can directly go with the typical style of problem solving. And moreover, in any JEE problems, whenever you have more free variables and less equations, in most of the case you must have seen, even in trigonometry or calculus or here, it may be the boundary cases of sum of squares of two number is 0, and if it is real it will work. Just I want to clarify why realness is crucial here, because let's say if I have a square plus b square equals 0 and I don't mention a and b is real, so I can have a solution. Let's say I square plus 1 square equals 6. I comma 1 will work, right? Minus I comma 1 will also work here, right? If I give 2i whole square, so it's minus 4 plus 2 will also work. So that's why the only way nothing will work is AB belongs to real number, and then the only solution will be 0 comma 0 in the real field. Okay, thank you, have a good day, and I'll come with more beautiful questions like this in the coming lectures. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe it. Take care.